Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Tiago, Sydney, Yanka. We are here today to talk about the journey to language fluency. We are here in Talk and Talk. Talk and Talk is a language conversation platform where we can talk in English, Spanish, French, Italian, Mandarin, and here is a free conversation. We don't have classes. Everybody here in this screen, we are students, including me. So nobody's going to correct anybody. Nobody's going to teach anything. We have a topic that we're going to discuss about, and we are going to talk, and we are going to learn with our talk. That's the way we do here. Uh, Here we can have people, beginners, intermediate, advanced, and all of us can talk together and all will be very welcome and included in the conversation, okay? Here in this group, we are all in different levels as well, and all of us are going to enjoy the conversation. We respect each other, that's the most important as well. And never ever we correct nobody, okay, guys? If people from YouTube want to have more information about Talk and Talk, you can access talkandtalk.com.br and you can get more informations. Right now, I'm going to introduce myself and then I'm going to ask my colleagues to do the same. I'm Amanda Oliveira. I live here in Minas Gerais, in a small city on the north of the state. It's very hot always here. And I live here with my son, with my husband. I'm not Mineira, I'm Paulista actually, but I'm loving to live here. People are very welcoming, I can say. And I study technology. It's my second graduation because I'm doing a career transition. And I work right now with customer success. Is a different environment for me. I used to work in cruise ships. It's totally different, but it's very challenging, and I like that. I'm hosting English and Spanish in the platform. And I'm here talking because I want to improve my language skills, and it's very important for my area as well. Ianka, can you please introduce yourself for us?
Yes, Amanda, thank you. My name is Bianca. I am 28 years old. I'm here for the same motive to improve my English and Spanish now from our career mainly, and to speak well and with more confidence during some meetings and so on. I am living in São Roque now. And let me see, I'm living with my mom and my brother. I have been in here in Talking Talk since November 2023. So it's more than 1 year now. I made my birthday in the platform, and I'm going to make more two birthdays in here. And I think it's that for now.
Thanks, Ianka. Looking forward for your birthdays your anniversaries in the platform. That will be nice to celebrate. And you, Sydney, can you please introduce yourself?
Okay, good morning, everyone. I'm Sydney. Currently, I live in Belo Horizonte, where I built my professional and the personal life. I'm married, and I have a son. He's 6 years old. Like Yanka, I'm here on Talk to improve my spoken English. But beyond it, I want to improve my communication skills. I think it's very important in terms of to use all of the languages. Uh, so for me, Talk is a friendly and the safe place to do that and to share our opinions, our ideas about that topics. It's also other things very interesting. Uh, well, about my personal life, I like to read articles, books in English, especially that kind of reading, like that kind of small books. I forgot the name of it. Grad readers, maybe. I think grad readers. I have a lot of that books here in my home. I like to watch horror movies and the series as well, especially that kind of sci-fi topics, that aliens, things like that. I think I already watched a lot of them. Some of them I try to watch again because some they are very famous and yeah. So I think that is a little about me. Thank you.
You, Sydney. We have two fans of horror movies here because Yanka is also. I discovered that last week and I was like, what? I don't like this kind of movie. And you, Thiago, can you please introduce yourself? You are a horror movie fan as well? Don't tell me.
Horror film is not for me, but sci-fi, the kind of sci-fi I like so much. It's one kind that one thing that I like. Well, my name is Thiago Cavalli. I'm based from Hortolândia, São Paulo. And nowadays I'm a architect, but I have some roles in my career as product owner, product manager, software engineer, system analytics, and more. Uh, maybe use I use well, forget. Um, Nowadays, like you guys, I'm here to improve my speech. Since then, I start in talk. I try to get one immersion for a day, and I think that I have I've achieved this goal for now. But in the final, in the end of the year, I think that's that's difficult because the holidays and more things about it. Next week, I will in vacation and I don't know if I will practice in this week, but I will try. And I'm glad to be here.
Thanks, Thiago. But you're doing right. I remember when I started in the platform because I have my goals, because I need to do my career transition, and English was needed for that. So I did immersions every single day. And not only 1 hour, was like the immersions, all immersions from 7 o'clock. I did every day. And then the next one, if it was another immersion, 8 o'clock, I did the same, like double every day. And the constants make you more confident. It's not only about the English itself, the improvement of the language they're speaking, but your confidence. When you feel confidence, the words come. It's like, it's funny. I don't know.
Yeah,
When you don't feel
some days I did 2 immersions.
great. Maybe this can cover the week that you're not going to do anything on the holidays. Just think about that. I'm doing the 2 this week every day because next week I'm not going to do none because I'm going to travel. Just think about that. And thank you, guys, for introducing yourselves. And Yanka, we're going to start with this question, so I want you to answer for us, please. What do you think it means to be fluent in a language? It work correctly? Grammarly correctly? Don't tell me that because I don't do.
I don't know because I study grammar, but I feel that I don't fix this in my head. I really don't know. And guys, I'm feeling that 6 a.m. my brain is still sleeping. I feel this, you know. I don't know how you could do it, how you can do it every Monday, but okay, go on, let's go. Um, be fluent in a language to me, it's when you are capable to communicate yourself and make yourself understandable for the other person. You don't have to know all the words in another language, but if you can explain what you want to do or what you want to talk, me, this is fluency. I had a meeting last week and the interviewer asked to me what was my favorite movie during this year. And to me, it was O Poço. But who knows in here how to speak poço in English? And how can I do it? And I had to explain that was a really deep hole that came out water. And, I had to I had to explain what is a well, a will, I think that it's supposed in English. So to me, it's this to be fluent when you can find a way to communicate, maybe.
Definitely, that's the thing, Bianca. I remember this, especially what you just did in this interview. I did one time with my son. He asked me for something, but he's Brazilian. So he asked the thing in Portuguese. How can I say this in English? And uh, I try to explain this way, explain something, but don't translate. I say, I'm not good Google translator. If you need translation, you go to Google on the web and they'll do it. And now the things turn over at all. No, it's upside down because he's here and I'm here. One day I was talking to him in English because we always talk. Even if we are Brazilian, sometimes we talk on the street as well. And then I was talking and say, how can I say guspir in English? Which was my term. And then he said, I'm not Google translator, so if you want, and he said the same thing. I said, okay, thank you. But okay, I cannot use Google Translator right now. Can you please, do you know? He said, of course I know. It's SIP. I think it's SIP. I said, what? She said, yeah. So kids are smarter. And what you just did is a kind of fluent for sure because you don't translate. And if you talk with one person that is not Brazilian, doesn't matter. If you translate, it's nothing because you cannot translate to Portuguese. You should explain exactly what it is, what the thing does. And this is fluency for sure. What do you think, Sidney?
I totally agree with Bianca said. I think to be fluent in that I think to when we are able to use the language to the people understand us, to understand the people. I think to make that communication flow. I think when we can exchange our ideas to express ourselves, you have that kind of paranoia to be perfectly but even in our mother tongue, we are not perfect. I think Portuguese is very difficult, even for us Brazilians, especially the grammar and all that kind of I don't know to say tempos verbais to use that things correctly, but well when we discover that things, I think, and they try to do different. I try to use that language in a daily basis, day to day, especially in our routine. I think the things tend to be easier than to go to that traditional school to study grammar every day. I did it 2 years in my life. I I waste some time, not time, but money as well, because to go to the school is very expensive. I studied in a school called Louisiana Lana, I think, 20, not 20, 18 years ago. And even my teacher, she talked with us in Portuguese, so it's very weird because it will be essential for us to have contact with that language, and at least our teacher needs to speak English with us, but we didn't have that possibility. And I think that method, like in Talk and Talk, to use the English to answer that questions, I think an excellent method to yeah to improve our English, to improve all the language, to be
Mhm.
honest.
Definitely, yes. Imagine you pay very expensive to in a school to learn English and the teacher speaking Portuguese with you. Oh my goodness. And we
Yeah.
have many traditional schools like that. Schools that has name and you say, oh my God, I'm going to study in X school. But this X school, the teacher also speak in Portuguese to explain certain things. And for me, it doesn't work. I don't watch YouTubes that is teaching something in Portuguese as well. If I'm learning English, the whole thing should be in English. The teacher need to explain whatever he's explaining in English, not in with translation to Portuguese, because my brain needs to start to learn, to adapt, to try to understand at least the context. And then with the time, I improve myself and understand the whole context. Yeah. And you, Thiago, what's your opinion about it?
The same that you guys are saying, because like Sydney, I I had in my my life school a lot of the grammar in the school, seeing all past tense and modal verbs and things like that. But I don't have experience to spoke, and when was necessary to spoke, I don't know, 1 year ago or 2 years ago in a meeting, I I'm freezing. I start the conversation to uh, getting for ask for take easy with me because my English and now the I was in a project in a this project um, was paid paid for an international organization, and one meeting with, with them I need to help some formations, and in this situation I'm freezing. I think that I have I want no I I don't I did it. I made this then understand me, but it was difficult. And since then, I'm looking for to learn more and using apps. And 3 years ago, no, 2 weeks ago, I'm I'm getting in the talk, and I'm glad for stay here. And And I think that it's very important this kind of the the activities to to improve your English, but it's not only it. It's necessary to 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 have a input English, watching films, what reading books that Sydney uh, read a lot, I think, and it's one way that I I can do too.
Thank you, Tiago. And here, for example, it's not only about the language, the communication. The communication nowadays is so important because even in Portuguese, many people don't know how to communicate. It is incredible. For example, people A asking the people B to do something and then to tell the person C. And the communication that comes here on the person C is totally different of what they need. And I can see you are from technology. We have many, many people from technology that are senior, like high level tech lead. They know how to do their job very well, but they don't
Mhm.
communicate. They don't know how to communicate even in English. And here we practice that, the communication in English, okay. But we know how the time management, we know how to listen people, and this part is good as well.
No,
Yeah, Thiago.
I think I watched in 2 years, 3 weeks, 3 months ago. What I watched in TED Talk that someone uh, bring your experience when we go to, I don't know, Thailand, something about it, and she needs buy a medicine, and when he entered in the store, has someone that speak or give more information, more vocabulary about in English, but this person don't have don't 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 did the communication to explain to her what medicine is good for her. And when she go to the, I don't know, the caixa to pay, the caixa is the simple, and I think that's the rude person that I remember in this video. And but in the simple phrases that that the Caixa convinced for her how medicine to buy. And it's for her it's the better communication than
Yeah,
at the first person.
yeah, and you mentioned TED Talks. I love TED Talks. My goodness, because it's like very short videos, and the person explains something very interesting, and you learn a lot about many things, and you improve your English. Actually, even in French they have. I don't know if in Spanish, for sure they have TED Talks, Ianca. I need to watch it in Spanish. I didn't watch yet. But thank you, guys. Sydney. Number 5, do you believe that stepping out of your comfort zone is necessary for fluency? Why or why not? It's better to stay in your comfort zone.
No, I think it's necessary, very necessary. I strongly believe that. First, because when we try to stay in our comfort zone, we try to do things that we already mastered it. We already have, we are able to do. But I think in a real life, it's we need to try the thing. We need to try to communicate with the people. For example, I had I had some friends in the past that they studied for some years in some schools, international schools, and then but they didn't have experience talking with people in English. But they told me that. when they need to go for some interview, they will do the best interview, but it's so crazy because they didn't have experience to speak with anyone. They didn't put themselves in their real life to speak with some people. And it's very uncomfortable. It hurt a lot when we recognize our weaknesses. But it's important. It's because we need to recognize it. We need to see to available to assess us and understand what point we need to focus more. We need to work in order to be better. I think it's very interesting and to be honest with us. I think to be mature. Uh, I think I believe that it's very important in everything in our life, not in to learn a language, but in our job curse some when we study something, we need to put in practice what we are studying, improve that practical side. So I think that's it.
Totally agree with you, because if we stay in our comfort zone, we can master whatever we know. If we stay there, we're going to master only what you know, but you're not going to improve at all. You're not going to move forward. And it's not. Oh, before, some years ago, I used to like to be in the comfort zone because I didn't know what is out there. So I say, it's better I stay here. I'm safe. I'm safe. But I'm not safe. How come I will be safe in a place where I'm not going to grow? It's like a bubble. You just stay inside and you don't know what is going on out there. And when I step out of my comfort zone, I say, wow. I look around and I say how much I missed when I was there in my comfort zone. And now I'm running like crazy because the years pass, and to recover those years that I was just there in my comfort zone. And I say, no, it's not a good place to be at all. If somebody's in the comfort zone, just try to step outside one day and see how it's out there. And it's incredible, right, Bianca? You don't like comfort zone at all, too.
I don't like, but out there it's uncomfortable too.
Yeah.
Because we have to learn a lot of things. But I agree with you, and I think that when we are on the comfort zone, it seems that we are faking, not faking, but it seems that we know English, we know some language, but we don't really know. It's just if someone just change a little bit the topic, you get lost, you don't know how to tell the things. And I see this when I have to talk about kitchen things like recipes, this kind of vocabulary I don't have. Climate change, like floating, tsunami, I don't have neither. It's nice to change sometimes the topic because you know that, okay, I have an area here, a huge area that I have to improve, like cooking things, I have to improve medicine things, I have to improve too. I just say to know, I just say to how to say headaches and so on, but I have to improve too this part of thing. So because of this, I say that in the comfort zone, it seems that we are a fraud sometimes because we think that we know how to speak in English, but in fact, maybe we don't know because there's a lot of vocabs to learn.
Yeah, the word's so big. And what to say, Yanka, is something so important because we never know when we are going to travel abroad, for example. And I get some experience abroad in the doctor that I didn't know how to say what I was feeling. And the doctor was an English speaker. And I was like, because we have a doctor on the cruise ships. So when the crew member was sick, we need to talk with this doctor. But the doctor was English speaker. The nurse was English speaker. And I was with a problem that I didn't know how to explain in English because I never used this vocabulary in my life. and they call another Brazilian crew member for me to explain for him what I needed for him to explain to the doctor. That was horrible, was shame. After that, I tried to improve my these kind of skills that to talk about sickness or whatever you're feeling, because I don't want to get this situation anymore. It's horrible. Luckily, they find somebody that could help me. And if they don't find nobody, it was complicated. Maybe on the internet I could search the symptoms and but it's complicated. What do you think, Thiago, about it? The about the comfort zone.
I think it's important to step out, of your comfort zone, because just trying that you learn, trying that will get your belief and confidence in do something. I remember that I'm starting my career. I bought a book of a Bible of the ESP Classic, and I'm trying to do something. And when I have a mistake, I look in my book, and I see what I what mistake I did, and I corrected this, and was was uh, uh, was that the way that I learned the ASP Classic in 2000. But I think that I have other technology that I learn in the same way, and I need to put my this 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 thinking in the real life, in the real situation, and I did mistakes and corrected these mistakes, and it's necessary to get the fluency is the same thing. It's necessary to step out of your comfort zone, and one day you can be more secure and more confident, but you need to try.
Definitely. And something about comfort zone, we are here also out of our comfort zone, right? Because it's not easy to come here and talk in English with people that sometimes you don't know, and talking to the internet. So maybe people out there can judge you because we don't know their people. Here, we don't judge each other, but out there, we don't know. Actually, I don't care as well if somebody's judging me because I'm doing that for myself. I'm improving, trying to improve my English, so that's the way. But here we are out of our comfort zone as well. But I have one more question here. For you, Thiago. Uh, what strategies do you use? Number 9. What strategies do you use to overcome your fear of speaking a new language? Do you have any fear or not? You don't have fear to talk?
I think that a fear is it's far for me. I don't have fear, but I don't know it's fear or shine to
Yeah,
maybe maybe more shiny, but we need to I forgot the word, to forget it, the shine or fear, and I don't know, mergulhar in this situation to improve. What strategies? Close your eyes and jump in it. Jump
Good.
in it and go. So, I remember now uh, one a video that in the past a cowboy with a child in the near of the lake and they asked to the child, why do you don't swim in this lake? I don't swimming. I don't know swimming. All right. He take this child in your arm and and I don't know,
It
launch
throw.
this child inside the lake. Child try, oh, what's okay? Force, como é que é? I don't know. Uh, use your arms, use your foot to swim e tal, and the child learned
Swim.
to swim. And I think it's something that it jump in the lake.
Thank you for example. I like it. And this is a real example also. My husband, he learned how to swim like that. They were in a boat, in a small boat in the middle of the ocean,
Mhm.
and he don't know how to swim, and his uncle wanted all the kids that was on the boat to learn how to swim. My husband was the only one that know. He said, but all of you going swimming to the land. I'm not going to bring you there. He said, but I can't. I'm not. Poof. He told the sea, and he and he swim. This if he do like this with me, I was going to die because at this time I'm even nowadays I cannot swim good. So if somebody do that with me, it doesn't work. I'm too afraid of water like this. You, Ianka, what's your opinion about this question? Not a person that has fear as well. So
I have fear and I have fear to fail. So maybe one thing that I did that I tried and in here talk it was very good. It was expose myself to people that I don't know. And I like in talk I knew that if I can or if I wanted in that time, I could do not see you anymore. So I could fail freely because I don't know you. And I know that in here, all we are learning, in the learning process and so on. So I try to expose myself in situations or with people that I don't know and no one know me too. Because with people that I already know, I feel more afraid and I feel more shyness and I feel more fear to fail and to do something wrong. So to me, this don't work to talk with people that I already know. So I try to do this, to go to some groups that I was new in there and I could have a different personality, would be a different person and trying different ways and so on. So it was my strategy. But I remain here, so it was nice.
yeah. Now we are not new faces for you anymore, Yaka. We are all friends and you're still here and just keep improving. So this fear of talking next to people that you know, it's not a fear anymore because you already know us. Even from far, we know a little bit about each other every day. And thanks. And you, Sidney, what do you
Well, for
think?
me, yeah, I agree with Chag said. I think I didn't have an option, an alternative, but to dive into it, into that, uh, to learn language, to learn English, and well, about fear, I don't feel fear anymore like I felt before, but I think my problem is about uh, judgment, maybe it take me, I don't know, for example, what Bianca said is very interesting because I already know everyone. And when I thought, yeah, your friendly face, I think, oh my God, I know. So I think that everyone know me as well. So I feel more comfortable. But in the same time, another thing that Bianca touched is about the people, for the people who don't speak English, for example, the people who work with me in my company, they don't speak English, but I don't know if it happened with only Brazilians, but the kind of judgment because they don't speak English. But if you say something that is not correct, or they try to judge you. But if some foreign people go to Brazil and say, uh, Bom dia. Aí some people, oh, he already speak English. He speak Portuguese. He's fluent. So, oh my goodness, you speak English. We can understand the people. You can exchange ideas. You can communicate. But the judgment about the people who don't speak English, it's more difficult to deal with it. So I try to maintain I try not to speak, not to show my skills about English to the people who don't speak English, but to the people who already speak English, I try to use it because they already know how difficult it is to achieve a kind of level. So I think when we study it seriously, we can also understand the other side and respect their journey, their improvement, their level, and it's more about constancy. If you do that things every day, 1 month, 1 year, we will achieve a better level, and yeah, you'll be better than before. So it's more about to build your confidence and overcome that fear, that bad feeling.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sidney. Guys, I agree with everybody, but the topic is something that we could talk for more because I think everybody feels comfortable to talk. It's not that we get in some crazy vocabularies that we don't know. It's something that is personal and is enjoyable to talk, but we don't have more time. 1 hour just goes too fast. And I want to know your opinion, Thiago. How was the conversation for you? Did you learn something new with our experience, with the communication, with the language? How was the experience for you?
Uh, the until at until here, I have a good experience in talk. I judge a lot. I learn a lot. Um, and I think one immersion per day give me a little confidence to speak, and I need to. I have a problem with with perfection, but I'm trying to forget it, and I think it's the better way to speak if you want to speak. And I'm glad to stay here with you guys. I don't just hear with Amanda like host, but in other immersions, I found Bianca, Sydney, and other persons that we have uh, a participation in other immersion. It's pleasure to be here with you guys.
Thanks, Thiago. This exposure is very necessary, and we become better and better every time we come back, right? Yanka, what's your opinion about the immersion? Did you learn something new or how to share our experiences? How was it for you? Tell us a little bit.
It was very nice. At the beginning, I was a little sleepy, but with the conversation, I woke up naturally, so it was awesome. And I learned some, Sydney always has some good expression, like mother tongue that I forget. And in order to like some expression that I could use more, so I could learn some new vocab too.
I like Yanka always take notes, guys. Do that. I need to learn to start to do that because sometimes I know the expressions already, but I don't use so often, so it stay all the way there in my back, in my head. But sometimes people use and say, "Oh my God, it's true. I can use this expression as well. I can use this word." I'm going to start to do like you, Yanka. I'm glad that you like it. And Sydney is my partner here in the 6 o'clock meeting. He always here, right? So I know you don't have trouble to wake up early, but how was the experience in this conversation for you?
It was amazing. Like I said, I have a document, a Word document that I put all that words, new words I have learned on Talk, and I need only to have time to transform it in flashcards to remember me every day, to put my vocabulary. But for me, stay here and have contact with Bianca, Thiago, with you, Amanda. For me, it's a best way to improve my English and exchange our ideas. I think it's very good. Thank you very much for that opportunity.
Thank you. It was a pleasure, guys, to have you here as well. It's always a pleasure. It's not only about the language itself. I like to talk with people. I like to know histories. Every time I talk with you, I know a little bit about your life, about your opinion, about your professional life. And this is nice. About the networking we are making here is incredible. And thanks for coming. And I placed on the chat the survey for this immersion. So if you have any suggestion about topics, I always get suggestions for the public. And from time to time, I put here for us to talk because it's always something interesting. And if you can have your written feedback about my immersion, about everything also, I will really appreciate because I can improve myself as well, all right? And that's it. Thank you so much. Next week, in this immersion, we are going to talk about focus. And focus is something that I really need. Maybe we'll have some advice about focus because I don't have focus, especially on the internet. It's complicated. And it's gonna be an interesting topic to talk as well. So I see you maybe next week. See you guys. Enjoy your week.
Bye bye,
Yeah.
guys.